Hey there, fancy friends, it's Oliver, and in today's video I will show you how to use a really heavy walking stick the Bartitsu way. Walking canes come in many different shapes and also very different weights. Next to walking canes, which could be easily manipulated with one hand, and you may have the brass knob on your hand so it's balanced out like a sword. Yeah, but Canne Vigny, the mind behind the Bartitsu stick fighting method, wants us to use it mostly with a top-heavy end at the stick, so like it's a small mace. Yeah, some of them fitting one-handed stick plays, others don't, like this big brass head cane or this modern cold steel city stick, which is kind of like a beast for most. If you own one, drop me a line. It would be nice to see how popular this is among you. The play we will demonstrate you today is called the best way to handle with two hands a stick which is too heavy to manipulate quickly with one hand. But in fact, this is just half the title. To strike with this really top-heavy cane, Vigny wants us to start in an old friend in the double-handed overhead guard. So we have both palms to the front. And then we do as follows. So we turn this hand, and while we're doing this, we slide here the staff and we rotate with the other hand, so we have this pivoting motion. So from here, slide around the corner, slide around the shaft and push with the other hand, which is really a powerful blow. If you also do some footwork, and in this case it's not a lunge, it's a slightly leaning, so you're here, you turn your hand and you push back with your rear leg and pivot around the stick. The whole play is about how to strike with a heavy cane, but at least if we have a look at the pictures, we see what our opponent does and maybe wants to do. So he is standing on guard and he is also slightly bent forwards and has his hand on head level in front of him. So if you have a look at the plate, we are standing here and I, just with the leaning, wants to attack his hand. So if he would do nothing, I would smack his hand with the heavy part of the stick. Relatively safe for me. And then he decides to lean back and draw back the hand. And maybe he parries with this, with a tip, which is not a good parry, but the important part is he's gone. He's still not there and he, disorders my cane a little bit. So if he did not parry, I would just strike here and I follow up with whatever I want to, but if we do a slightly parry, I have to think about that and he has to, he could do things he planned to do, This is what we see on the plates. So we are here. I turn my hand and I aim for the hand and he bends backwards and is out of the way. So once again, a little bit faster but not too fast. You see, he has a little bit of control of my stick, but not that much. But again, it's about how to strike with a heavy cane. The whole play is set about striking with the heavy end of the heavy cane, But of course, if you're standing here, one advantage is that the opponent is not sure which end would be used for striking. So you could also strike with the other end. If it's here, or you do the same like here. Yeah? Even without changing guard at all. You just have to lean to the front. Yeah, here and here. The double-handed guard is an underrated guard. We already demonstrated you the use of it against a two-handed club, and we will come back to it later on. So see you in the next video.